Okay.
Oh, maybe a little bit. Omar, except for the fact he's in a bad I know why you did that. Because you're salty about my TikTok video. Good evening, all of you Minties, and welcome back to another episode of Real Talks with your host, the amazing Amanda, my lovely co-host, the Uncanny Omar, and our guest host, Maddie and Tina. Oh, that's the wrong direction. Sorry.
That's Wonder Maddie and TikTok Tina for all those people that have seen them in the past here before.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, everyone. How's it going, Maddie? I loved it. Some cringe, but I can't wait to talk about this show. So we are going to be reviewing the entire season today of One Piece. Netflix's adaptation of One Piece, that is. Yeah. So if you've seen it, you're here to talk about it. We don't want to spoil anything, but I figured maybe most people have already read the manga, have already seen the anime. And just in case, though, we're going to strictly talk about the Netflix show without going too much into spoilers about what we're only going to talk about what we want to see in the next season without going into spoilers. Because holy crap, Maddie has seen like all 1,000
episodes. Nothing spoiled past Alabasta, we promise.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. But I do want to talk about
anything. Damn it. I can't promise anything. You know this.
You know
this.
She's gonna slip, but that's okay. So we did review episode 1, but we wanted to go and review the entire season, all 8 episodes of this series. So a little bit of recap. Who wants to do the recap of season 1?
Sure. Okay. Season 1, we are introduced to Monkey D. Luffy, who wants to be the king of the pirates. And throughout these 8 episodes, he acquires his Straw Hat pirate crew, which consists of Nami, Roronoa Zoro, Sanji, and Usopp. And along the way, they have to deal with other pirates like Arlong, who is the big main villain of this season, from what I can gather. Buggy, of course, the clown pirate who took the gum chop
chop fruit.
Chop fruit, and that's an interesting concept. And of course, all that is they're also being tracked by the Marines and the head of the Marines, which is Garp, and he also happens to be Luffy's grandfather. Crazy enough. So the entire season pretty much goes through this initial journey of how they all meet up, become a crew. Of course, there is that conflict with Arlong because Nami's actually working for him the entire time to get the map to the Grand Line to the One Piece so that they can get the treasure from Gold Roger's treasure. And so in our final episodes, we get to see all of that come to a head, and Nami has to make a choice. But of course, we know that she's not really a bad guy. She just was dealt a bad hand in life and is actually trying to do a good thing for her town. And of course, this leads to a massive battle at the end with Arlong and all of his fishman pirates, and they win at the end. And of course, we do have a confrontation with Garp and Luffy, but Garp decides to let him go because he realizes that he was always going to be a pirate. He was never going to be a Marine. And they go and chase after the rest of Arlong's pirates that are still around. And now, by the end of the season, our Straw Hat pirates are ready to go to the Grand Line. Is that a good enough summary?
That was good.
Yeah. That means season 2, they're gonna be at the Grand Line, and that's it.
Are they?
Very funny. But yeah, so basically, like just like you said, for mongers or anime watchers, they basically did their best to condense up until the ending of Arlong Park. So we get all those like major crew members together. We don't get a lot of the in between, right? And then they do spend some time extra with some of the characters coming together, like a little extra time with Usopp and Kaya. Kaya.
Yeah, it's Kaya.
Yeah. I was confused. There's a dog in my gym named Kaya, and I was like, I think I'm wrong. But yeah, like James said, season 1 is East Blue. So we're doing all of the East Blue stuff together, which I think was pretty smart, honestly. I know we're going to get to that, but it was a pretty good, I think, stopping
section.
point.
Yeah, it's a good way to clump everything in this sort of Arlong Park arc.
Yeah.
Is East Blue, is that considered still the first 26 Tankobon? Because I thought
I've never read the volumes by themselves. I just read on Shonen Jump. Which you can get for $3 a month, everyone. We're not sponsored, but I'd love to
We're not sponsored by Shonen Jump, but you can get all, I think, 108 chapters of One Piece are on right now for free.
That's right. They are. Mm-hmm. I think
so. They're really pushing this show. Yeah, this is an adaptation of an anime, so it's always like going into these kind of things, I'm always a little worried because of just being burned in the past and not having a good experience with most of these type of adaptations. I went into this the same way, low expectations. I saw the trailer and I remember talking to Tina and Maddie about this because we're all fans of One Piece, and I was like, it looks cute and promising, but I don't want to give my hopes up.
Well, and I remember the whole stand I've had since I heard about this was that I felt comfortable because I knew Oda was involved. And as we got closer and closer, which I watched a ton of videos of the cast before this came out, they're perfect. But Oda, who is the creator of One Piece, has been writing this for 25 years. I guess 26 probably this year.
Yeah.
He made them do multiple edits. He even came forward and released a statement saying like, hey, I wouldn't tell you if something was bad. I would not tell you it was good.
Yeah.
And he's like, but I'm telling you, we put something really great together. And all the things they released up to this. So I trusted him regardless. I was like, if Oda's involved, I feel good. Because these other adaptations, you don't always have the creators involved, right? Because like the guy from Cowboy Bebop, he was not involved, correct?
Yeah, but sometimes they give like their seal of approval. Like Neil Gaiman, how many times has he been like? That's why I was worried about Sandman, which, by the way, excellent adaptation.
Yeah.
But how many times has he given his seal? Like,
yeah, but that's not Oda.
Yeah.
Right, but I figured Oda was way too busy.
No, that man is particular. He's very particular about what goes into movies.
He's very good about his IP.
Yes.
He's very good about protecting his IP since it is well known and for all aspects. Even with the animated show, if the team wants to do a new fruit, they have to go to Oda to make sure he's not, and it is okay to do a new just for the animation fruit for their filler episode of the Foxy Pirates. So he's very particular on his control. I mean, he's even told them crew that there are certain things that you cannot do, which Netflix likes to do, like they a little bit of romance. So he said no romance between the crewmates. Yeah. So he set very specific guidelines on how he wanted this to come to fruition.
And he met Inaki too. Just the voice actor for Luffy. We don't need to talk about that. That's all backseat stuff, but just like Mayumi Tanaka, the voice actress of Luffy, gave him the hat. Oda giving him the hat and saying like, I picked you because you were laughed at you made me laugh.
I saw that video.
Audition. I was like, Sanji cooking for the crew, like I can't.
Yeah.
This was a really wonderful chemistry between all these actors that came together. I really think like I don't know how many people they try to go through a casting thing.
It must have been a ton.
Because I feel like they picked the right people. And like, you're used to the manga and anime, and it's hard not to, right? You're like, I don't know about you all, but I was like, that dude is way too thick to be Sanji. Like, I always picture Sanji tall, skinny. This guy is freaking huge. Like, you see him without a shirt off, like when he like jumps into the water.
I like Sanji.
I'm like, oh man.
I'm not usually. I'm a Frankie girl who's not gonna be here till later.
That dude's huge.
And I like Zoro and Sanji just fine.
John Cena, right? Like John Cena's going to Frankie.
No. People got to stop saying that shit. But Zoro and Sanji in this show, I was like,
they are
okay.
They're a great pair, yeah. I love it. Yeah, they're fantastic.
Oh, this is awesome. This is what I likes to see. I have only watched 4 episodes, and my wife and I enjoy it. We have never seen the anime or read any books, and honestly, that's the way Amanda has come into this. Like, she's never read the manga, and she's never watched the anime, so she was completely One Piece virgin. So
I'm very excited to hear your thoughts on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's talk about what worked and if something didn't work, and without trying to compare it to the manga or anime, right? Let's just review it for what it is, which is a show on Netflix. I'm curious, like when people watch this, are like, when they say pirates and there's a clown, this is really strange. Like people that don't know it's a manga adaptation or an anime adaptation, I wonder like what their thoughts were. But apparently it's working because people outside of manga and anime are watching.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, let's start with what Amanda's like first thoughts are. I know you already gave some on like episode 1, but maybe like newbie first, and then we can.
Sure. No. Yeah. So for me overall, for the 8 episodes, I really loved this. Well, this season, I guess the series because but the season itself. I loved it. The actors, and I think this is a testament to not casting well-known actors in roles and choosing the people who just fit the part. Because Death Note, they used Willem Dafoe. Cowboy Bebop, they used John Cho because people recognize them, so they'll show up to it even if they don't watch anime. But we have these guys are basically all fairly unknown or not very well-known actors.
At least here,
yeah. So they all.
The young lady that played Nami, she was in that Netflix horror series that with the different years. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, and Inaki was in like a Misfits-esque show where he was like a chupacabra.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly,
Mackenyu, Study Chiba's son,
is
big in Japan.
Which I didn't know that was.
Wasn't he in a live action Kenshin? Wasn't
live action Kenshin?
Chihaya Fudu, he was in Kamen Rider.
Knights of Zodiac.
Knights of the Zodiac.
Unfortunately, not very good reviews though. So let's not.
Fear Street. That's what it's called. Thank you so much. But
no, Kobe was in something.
Oh yeah, Kobe was in Evil Dead Rise. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Buggy was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But yeah,
let's not forget young Sanji was Gus and Sweet Tooth. So I guess Netflix just reused him.
Oh my god, I didn't even recognize him.
I didn't either.
I was too focused on how good of an actor he was. I was
well, Netflix is like, well, he's already here. Let's just reuse him.
Not all the kid actors were great, but most of them were solid.
Yes. I agree.
Most of them.
Yeah,
I agree.
But no, I think
it's hard to ask for a kid sometimes, especially when you're delivering.
Like I give child actors a lot of leeway because let's have a lot of experience and stuff. They're just starting out, and
maybe some good ones didn't look like them.
Exactly.
Also that. Also that.
Yeah,
anyway,
but no,
sorry.
I mean, for me, that first of all, it came down to the characters. I mean, that obviously, if I don't connect to characters, I'm not going to connect with the show. And with this one, it was so easy to connect with all of the characters. Even at first, like episodes 1 and 2, I wasn't sure about Nami, but by the end of it, I was on board with her. I loved her. But Sanji and Zoro are my favorite characters, and I loved their, how they kind of quip with each other towards the end of the season. And so for me, the characters by far are what definitely made this, and the sets. I love the set design. I guess the set designer said he felt like he was making 4 feature films with the way he had to design all the sets because there's all these different. Yeah, exactly. And he got really excited because he's like, my favorite one's always the next one we were going to do. But yeah, I mean, I like the storyline. I thought it was unique and interesting for someone who's never read the manga or seen the anime, right? So if you were coming in here blind, I thought it was really cool and unique. I love pirates. A lot of people do like that that kind of like theme. And this is a different way of doing it. And it's not just the normal, like we're in the Caribbean. It's unique. There's fantastical elements to it, which I really enjoyed. And if you can get around that with the gum fruit and how people can do that and the fishmen, and then you're going to enjoy this a lot. And that's what I did. So I think overall, I mean, the action sequences and some of the drama, that was in it. I really, really enjoyed this season a lot. More than I thought I was going to.
Yeah. Well, I loved it.
There's always that like worry about like, okay. Like I didn't like the actress that played
Alveda.
Yeah, the very first
I love her, but I love her.
Okay,
in
if
Sex
you like
Lives of College Girls also. So
That's where she's from. That's why
Yeah.
I remember this actress,
Where-
and I was like, I don't know. I didn't like her in Sex Lives of College Girls, but I know
when
now.
she broke the fourth wall, you know, because at first it's like that borderline cringy, but still works with the wanted posters. I ended up loving it, right?
I love that.
She was
I
the
love
first one. She was the first one that did it, and she did it so bad that I was like, "Oh man, this is not gonna work. This is so cheesy. It's not gonna work." But then the rest of the episode, this is in episode 1, right? I was like, "Okay, this actually works." And then when Buggy shows up, I was in. I'm like, "Oh, that dude nailed it." And Buggy was great, which is so cool because that's something that I was talking about in the first episode. Like with an adaptation, it's so difficult to want. It's like almost like a double-edged sword. It's like you want it to stick to the source material, but then you also don't want them to stick too much to the source material.
Yeah.
And I feel like they did that perfectly here with the addition. I didn't see that coming of Kobe, because you don't like in the manga, you don't see Kobe until like much later.
Well, in the anime, Kobe's in the first episode.
Yeah.
So basically, what they did was kind of find a middle ground with this. Because in the beginning of like the manga, you start with just Luffy by himself, and then Kobe introduced later. But in the anime, it's Luffy and Kobe at the beginning. So they did a good job here, I think, of introducing both of them, which I like because Garp doesn't show up in a big way. He does not see Luffy until 1 or 7.
Right.
Wow.
But
Like,
I
you don't really out that information. They dropped it real quick.
Yeah, you don't hear about them and hear that it's Grandpa, and then they and also he beats the crap out of Luffy because that's what he does. They left out the child abuse, but it's funny in One Piece though. Yeah, they don't introduce that till later. But I think it was really smart because they're like, okay, how can we go ahead and give everybody a feel of all of the different parts of One Piece? Well, let's just go ahead and bring up the Marines sooner. Let's bring up Kobe sooner. And that's what Kobe was already there, but like, let's bring up the idea of the Marines and them being really close and the pirates and all this a lot sooner, so you can get a better idea of everything, and also help Luffy better relate to Sanji, to other people, and be like, doesn't care what the people want.
Such a long time in the, not to compare anime and manga, to figure out the reason why Luffy is collecting the exact people that, and I think part of the reason they did this and introduce these characters is to really home that he is about it because these people are connected by dreams.
Which I love.
And that's exactly why I think they did it so fast like this, why they included it Pal's home. These are their dreams and aspirations, and that's what.
Yeah, I did like
there's so
that.
much to talk. I could talk for hours.
I love that at the end when they all put their hands in, and as you see them, each individual, and you see the flashback version of them, and I was like, I love that they tied this. They tied all their stories together. It makes sense. That's so well done. Not a lot of people do that where you have flashbacks and they come full circle. They did that, and they did really well in this. Really, really well.
I love the flashbacks too.
I know. Yeah.
I will agree that unfortunately the childhood actor for Luffy didn't exactly work for me. I had a problem with
I didn't have a problem with him.
Luffy was okay. It was Usopp's kid actor that I did not like.
Yes, same.
It could not deliver a
I
line.
thought it was cute.
And I'm sure he'll grow to be a phenomenal actor.
But Sanji was perfect in every way.
Oh, I know.
Oh my God.
I had problems with Usopp's child actor. That's who I had problems. His child actor did not bother me.
Dude,
Elliot's just quoting the 4 Kids dub theme song right
now. I wonder how they are gonna. Okay, we'll talk about that later.
Do you want to go arc by arc? Because I'm dying to like go in depth about stuff, but I feel like you have to go like piece by piece.
What was something that didn't work for you all? Let's talk about that. Was there something from the show that did not work? Whether it was the music or the acting? Well, we already talked a little bit about that.
I thought the fishmen looked a little weird, but I don't think they could have done anything else. But Arlong looked perfect, so.
Yeah, I really and Arlong actor could act his way through that.
So good. Like, I don't have a complaint.
Okay, no complaint from Maddie. All right,
the only complaint I have is Mary dying. Mary was
he doesn't die.
In
he doesn't die in
a lot
the
of
manga.
ways, manga and in the anime for telling Kaya and actually bringing to truth sort of a home ally for Usopp and them. basically believing in them and saying, hey, it happened, I'm going to give you the truth. So that was crucial for me. And so Mary, I love Mary, just dying right now.
Well, it makes sense. We're not going to spend any time on a sheep guy. We got a ship named after him, which, by the way, what did they call the ship in the TV show?
Going Mary.
They did call it the Going Mary. Okay.
Yeah.
If I had to pick one thing, because I'm really pleased with it, so I'm not the person to ask, but I think Ben Beckman could have been better. Now, that's just the guy with the ponytail and Shake's crew, because normally he's like the number one guy.
Oh,
yeah.
I was like, who? Okay.
I know. See, this is not a big thing. That's like the one thing I would pick. But it's like the smallest.
Yeah.
The small. I think Hachi is Hachi.
Oh, they don't show Hachi.
No,
they don't show Hachi, but I think he's in the credits.
We were drinking and talking about missing characters that, like, I wanted what was it, the Michael Jackson character?
Oh,
that was
yeah, Django.
Right. I mean, there's so many characters. But you know what?
I get it. They can't fit everybody.
Right. I'm happy with the addition.
Becomes important later, like really important later on in certain arcs. And missing Hachi, I was like, oh, are they not planning to go for multiple seasons? I get it. They so much in.
Oh, we're gonna.
To 8 episodes, but Hachi was integral in aspects.
Oh, that will go to somebody else, I'm sure.
Yeah, probably will.
I mean, that's the way they do in adaptations. So I was okay with that. There were some special effects. I think it was when Sanji's background, even though that is one of my favorite stories, how he cuts his foot off. That was wonderful. Oh my gosh, that kid did so good.
Yes,
but I think it was the blue screen or green screen that we're using. It just looked not good at all. And that was the only time I noticed, because this show, as Amanda told us in the first episode when we reviewed it, that they spend more money making this than each Game of Thrones episodes, which is just insane amount of money that goes into these.
I believe it.
They really took a gamble with this show, considering it was Netflix and what has happened with Netflix. So I'm wondering, what the outcome of this will be.
Well, it was the top in 86 countries.
Yep. Which
yes, that's what I want to hear.
Wednesday for as far as top #1 TV show on Netflix TV charts. So it beat out both of those, which are obviously Wednesday and Stranger Things huge in their respective time periods when they came out. So
honestly, I'm glad they took a big swing at this, because I feel like next season they won't have to do as much if it's going to go where I think it's going to go, which is Chopper and then Alabasta, and that's it.
But that's I think those are really big. Maybe not as much production value as background. Like
you're talking about a full CG character though, like with Chopper.
I think you should do practical effects. Personally, I think you should go the Baby Yoda route. That's me.
I do too, but Chopper doesn't move around in a sack of potatoes. Chopper.
Are you talking about the special effects for Robin's boobs? Because you can't afford it.
Just a guy in a black suit.
They better not be doing special effects. Oh my gosh. Anyway.
But anyways, it was a big swing. I think what's going to save it is how popular it is internationally. I really hope it gets a season 2. I've learned not to expect anything anymore, because they just
they have not announced it.
Streaming takes away everything I love and then just takes it off the platform. So
that's how streaming networks do it. And I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they do a second season. Now, how many seasons they end up doing, and that's why when it comes to adapting it, they are going to have to condense. And that's why I think it was really good that they put the Luffy and Kobe storylines together in this one, because that way we don't have to wait around for future seasons to see what happens with Kobe.
Well, it's #1 in America, right? So that's huge. I mean, seriously, that is huge. Considering how many times we've been burned by adaptations and they've tried to push it, that is huge. And that, honestly, it makes me happy and both sad, because like word of mouth did a lot for this show. Unfortunately, it didn't do a lot for Blue Beetle, because Blue Beetle was a good movie and nobody went to see it. But I feel like it did a lot for this show. including people that don't normally watch or read or watch anime or read manga.
100%. Actually, once
Buggy helped that out.
Yeah, once we finished it, Corey started the first season of One Piece anime, and that's when I realized I was like, "Wait, this looks almost like what we just watched in live action." Like that
it's crazy, right?
Yeah,
even like all the actors, the way that they like, I gotta hold myself.
Zoro, I was like, perfect. That was perfect.
The way Kobe holds himself, like with his
shoulders, the like.
That's Kobe.
Yes.
Like,
absolutely.
Like the way Luffy, like
at this
I will say, what I liked about this show was actually giving characters like I love Luffy in the manga and anime, but he's very much like Goku. That no matter what, I just need some meat and I'm gonna beat the shit out of people. But in this, they actually give him some character development when he's sitting there going, yeah, I think Zoro needs water, or maybe he needs food, or maybe he just needs to rest. That was so good because that is Luffy, but also shows that he's thinking about something. Because in the manga, it's like, oh, he'll be fine. Let's go kick some ass. Like, it's so different.
I think it helps because a lot of people don't get that sense of Luffy until they read more, because you get a lot of that later on.
Oh, and
I think it really showed. It was very smart in the way they put it together, because as his crewmates are going through things, you get to see more of Luffy's thought process that you don't normally see. Which is a lot of, I don't want to get in the way of someone's dream. I support my people, so I will be there for them.
Yeah.
And I think that went through very well. Even just how they interacted with everybody. Okay, absolutely. I'm dying to hear your thoughts on all the characters, because I'm also dying to talk about Sanji, because I think they did the best thing they possibly could have done. And it's killing me not to go ahead and talk about it, but I think we should talk in order.
We can talk about Sanji.
Okay, I want to talk about Sanji. Okay.
Because he was fantastic.
I love them all, so I have no complaints. Every one of the actors did an amazing job.
I'm very pleased with Sanji, because Sanji in the manga gets all hard-eyed all over the women, right? And he's just like, oh, Nami Swan, Robin Schwan, right? I love how they did it with him, because he is a flirt. He does do things, he wants to do everything he can for any pretty lady, but they really toned it down in a way that, because that's hard.
It makes it more humanizing.
Yeah, if he matched the anime, he would have been creepy and weird.
And
but this way, he's still fun. It doesn't translate to live action.
That guy would have been fun. He's super good looking. I don't think he would have come across.
It still would have been weird. But I mean, it was perfect balance. Like even when he hits on Nami's sister, like at the end when he's feeding them all, and she's like, "Nice try." Like it's just very subtle, perfect kind of.
They did tone the character down.
Very realistic. So cool. I think they bridge it over to a more real level. Than like the anime or even the manga. They make him more realistic. Yeah. Not your creepy uncle or weirdo, but more like a guy that's very.
Elliot's exactly right. He's smooth, but he ain't got no riz. If people in the chat, that means charisma. He's got no charisma with girls. He's got no game, right?
Yeah. I think he has. It's.
It would work on me, but
in live action, he's charming to me.
He cooks food and he looks like okay.
I know, and he does a good job.
And we talked about, so like for people who watch live action and watch anime, he normally has a curly eyebrow. That's actually very important to his character history, weirdly.
Yeah.
And I bet they tried that, because there's no way they didn't try that, and it looked really dumb. And so they didn't decide not to do it.
I was just like,
my wife pulled it off really nicely.
I just wanted his cigarette. Like, he doesn't smoke.
Maybe
he did.
Which is he did in the live action?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
I don't remember.
There's a part when he's sitting on the road.
Oh wait. That's right. Which is the best scene out of this whole goddamn show.
So Transcendent Travis was asking how important is that character at the end of the end credit scene. He's pretty important to the next arc.
Okay.
Oh yeah. He's going after Luffy.
Yeah, he's one of those that is recurring throughout the series, like Kobe, like Garp. You see him a lot.
Shut up, Tina. Don't ruin
it. So how'd you guys like all the enemies? Because like we have a few big name ones, right? So we have is he Captain Morgan? Is that his name?
Captain Morgan. Yeah.
Captain Morgan with like the
dog. Yeah. Isn't that Helmeppo? Yeah.
Oh God, Helmeppo! Helmeppo was perfect.
Oh, and I'm so glad they gave him the bob haircut. I was
he shows up and he's got the long hair, and then Zoro cuts it. It looks like a big goofus.
And his little Helmeppo, like.
And by the end, you're in love with him. I'm like, I love
this
man.
He had character growth, which I was not expecting, honestly.
Perfect. The best. I think that's the best character crossover. But man, I hate that character so much.
I always hated that character too.
And and Luffy's like, why do they call him Axe Hand?
Because that is Luffy. That's exactly what he would say. That's what I love about this adaptation, because you could hear the anime voice actor doing these kind of lines. Yeah, I thought Buggy was great. Buggy and expanded Buggy is awesome.
Yeah, I like that he was kind of scary at first, and now they were like, "Hey, let's give you some time to have goofy Buggy," because that's what he really is.
Yeah, right. He's a goofy character. He does his head's in a thing, and they're carrying him around.
So they, they added more for him, kind of like Kobe and the Garp, to add, I guess, another type of character to the show. He was actually the one that sold me in the trailer, because whenever he was doing his move, I was like, "Oh, that guy! The way he delivered it was solid."
This Jeff Ward is great in that role.
Oh, like his move names.
Yeah, whenever they were screaming out the move names, except for Zoro, because he always has.
I was hoping he would by the end.
I know, but he has that. Oh no, that's right. He didn't have the swords at the end. Yeah, that was the reason why he wasn't yelling his moves out.
Kuro, I thought was great. His companions were really annoying, but I remember them really annoying.
And I forget her name, but yeah, they were great.
Oh, he was so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the villains. There's that fine line of goofy and serious, just like the anime and manga. So it really came across well.
And Buggy's crewmate that menacingly rode that unicycle.
No,
okay, is that not the funniest? We lost we lost it. Just him quietly unicycling.
Very Twin Peaks type of shot too.
I need that gift to play it just to me every morning so I can start my day.
There was one other thing that I noticed that they overused, and this is just a small gripe, and that is the annoying fisheye camera. They used that so much that I'm like, okay, I get it. We're in the sea. We're near water. We don't need to use it. I know it's like, because there were some and let me tell you, dude, for a TV show, there's some phenomenal cinematography in this show.
Oh, yeah.
Different angles, like the different shots. So good. And I don't know who the storyboard artist was, but I assume they borrowed a lot of panels, of course, because some of them are straight shots from, weird. From the manga. That's how they want to do Chopper. Like they're gonna do Chopper like that, and not in CG.
It's gonna be a regular dude.
I want it how they do it in tongue, like the like guy just holding a puppet around.
Yeah, it's just Usopp holding a Chopper puppet.
Yeah, I Sanji. So, your favorite character from the TV show is Sanji?
Oh, I don't know that I have a favorite. I just really like the way they did. I like the way they reworked him a lot. Mm-hmm. I thought, because I think they're all perfect for their cast. Usopp, could you the man looks like Usopp.
His facial expressions look like Usopp. Yeah.
Oh, there were some people that didn't like his acting, but honestly, I think he was acting exactly like Usopp.
No, it's perfect.
I thought he was,
I didn't have a problem with him at all.
Acting. And I mean, and everything.
Usopp, I had a problem with, but whatever. When he gets older, I'm sure he'll be great.
Colby's
perfect.
I love Colby.
Yes.
I think he's probably my favorite.
Like Colby isn't as goofy as he is in the manga or anime, like always worried just and yelling and stuff. Just cute. Yeah. Always has the same look on his face. Oh, and
Garp with the accent. Stop.
Dude, I thought it was Gerard Butler when we were watching the first episode.
Right.
It was Ian McShane that did the narration. So that is one big name they have on the show.
Interesting that's the person they chose for the narration.
He's probably like, what am I reading? I'm shooting between John Wick 4 and 5 right now.
That's like Anthony.
I just love how they did his character, like doing things like bulldog with him, like tearing his office up, making certain noises. And there's his hat, his ship. Oh, I love it. I love Garp just being Garp.
Okay, speaking of Garp, this is a dumb trivia thing real quick, and then we'll just not do dumb trivia. It's not dumb. I gotta stop playing down things I like. His right-hand man, Brando, that's the first time he's ever officially been named in anything. The people have been calling him Brando. It's never been officially named in the manga or the anime. This is the first time officially that he's gotten a name. This is very big for the One Piece community.
I did not know that.
Huh. This is something my wife pointed out. That Kid Luffy and Adult Luffy have the same issue as Billy Bats and Shazam in the movie.
I agree.
Are so serious.
That's what I said in the first episode. I was like, their only thing is they feel like they're playing two different characters. And I guess they grow, but why would he get goofier as he gets older? I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me.
He's become a lot more lighthearted, right?
Trauma does a lot to somebody, man.
Yeah, and I still think he was great, but like, I do think there was a disconnect with that.
Yeah.
And I
can see that.
I'm glad that other people felt that way. And it's not enough to throw it off for me. I still love it.
No.
But Bogard, that's what I meant. Thank you, Bogard. It is Bogard. That's what I meant. I said the wrong name.
So I wasn't fond on Nami at first.
Nami?
No, she grew on me.
But because I knew where it was gonna go, right? When she was gonna stab herself, and I knew that she was gonna tell Luffy to go, and then she's gonna ask for help. Because that is by far, from the first season, my favorite scene in the manga, in the anime, and in the fucking show, because they pulled it off so well. Because I was thinking, okay, she's got to be able to deliver, that just desperation and fear and ask for help, even though she's fighting against her tears. Oh my gosh, but she did it. She killed it, man. She was stabbing herself. And then when she asked Luffy for help and he puts the hat on, and I'm so fucking glad they did not do a flashback, because like in the anime, that's what bothered me. Like they did the flashback of like, that's my favorite thing in the world. And I'm like, yeah, no shit. We just watched that like 3 episodes ago. I get it. We don't need to be wrong. So I'm glad they didn't do that here.
Yeah.
And when she realizes that that's his favorite thing, she cried. And, oh man, and she had her hand in her mouth, just like the freaking manga. I loved it.
What the earned?
Yes.
Like everything felt really earned, and I'm really excited to see how her character goes now that she fully is accepted and has a home. Like I'm excited to see how that actress grows as Nami. Also, she's a weeb in real life. Just very cool.
She's the oldest one in the crew. She's 30. Everybody else is like 20 something.
What?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I would not have guessed that.
She's red like all the
She looks young. But that was by far my favorite scene. Like even though they changed a little bit of the dialogue, but the shot for shot when he's like, "Let's go," and they do the freaking panels from the comic. Chef's kiss.
And again, that's all what for me. Iñaki, who plays Luffy, really hits it home, because I really don't think it wouldn't have succeeded if you didn't have the perfect Luffy. It would have, even if everyone else around him was great.
I agree.
It could have been cringe when he's yelling. Of course I will, right? Because that's borderline cringe, but it fucking worked.
When I saw he was cast, I felt pretty good about it, because I just watched him in the last show he was in, which I've already forgotten the name of, where he's the Chupacabra or whatever. And I'm like, okay, he can do this.
Is that what you said it was?
It's not Misfits. I just said Misfits like, because it's like 3 people that have powers.
Oh, it's on Netflix?
Yeah.
Okay, I
you
think
should watch it. You'd like it.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Thank you, James, our oracle. Ages: Emily Rudd is 30 years old. Iñaki Godoy is 20.
Mackenyu
26. Jacob Romero 27. And Taz Skylar.
That far off in age.
No, but I mean, she's 10 years older than Luffy.
Yeah.
And then Kobe is like what, 23?
Yeah.
Yes.
So they're all playing teens pretty well.
Yeah, they are. I think so.
What was your favorite moment of season 1? What were you like? What if it made you cry, or if it made? Because I'll be honest, man, that whole scene with Nami asking for help.
Oh, I cried.
Yeah, that made me cry too.
And it makes me excited for when we see Nico, and I want that. I want to live. Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm not gonna. No.
Oh god, we're done. Amanda, it's gonna kill you. It's gonna kill you.
Okay, good. I cannot wait till it kills
me. It's gonna.
Oh, there's so many moments that I was thinking about. Like, they were able to do this here.
Make you cry in this. I mean, everything.
Yeah.
Belmare was probably like my favorite, most hated part of this whole thing. because I love her so much. And when she's like, it just reinforces Nami's backstory where she's like, you are ours, and then she's like, yeah, there's 3 of us.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that always hit me too when she gets
Elliot
killed.
likes the Zeph flashback.
Yeah, I like that flashback. And in that same episode when Zoro wakes up and then he pretty much is like calls Luffy like I'm gonna follow you. You're my captain. That I thought was another. I love that scene. That was one of my favorite scenes as well.
And I will say the like Sanji moments are really good in English, but the fact like when like they get he's like Zeph, they don't say it in the Japanese dub. They go Gigi, which means old man, which is what Sanji refers to him. Like he's like Gigi. That
I just like it. He cusses him out. I think it's funny.
And they dropped the F-bomb in this.
I know.
We saw the F-bomb or heard the F-bomb.
You see a butt. You see a ton of blood, and I was like, because originally I was like, oh, we can show this to my nephews, and Elliot's like, no, we can't.
I'm glad they did.
I was so glad they did.
Yeah.
Me too.
And the F-bomb drop, that made me happy. I don't know why.
That was
I was like, yeah.
I don't know. It's hard for me to pick a favorite. I really do like. I cried when they all put their foot up and they did the whole dream thing and he had the flashback. Like
yeah, that was great too.
I was.
They didn't have Usopp's flashback.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did.
Did they?
It was him looking at his sick mom being all sad.
No. When they put the foot up, everybody got a back except Usopp.
No, he got one too.
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
He did.
Mm-hmm.
You watched it like 2 in the morning, Tina. So
I did watch it 2 in the morning.
Crazy.
Like
you were like
binged it.
Oh yeah, James said he loved the end when
I love the water poster. How exciting he was, and I love that we're probably gonna get red hair Shanks because I love that actor. Whoever.
Oh, I thought Shanks was good.
Had that place.
Shanks were on me.
Yeah,
I did not like him.
Right? The swordsman.
Sorry,
Mihawk.
Mihawk. Oh, that dude was so badass too.
I liked him too, and I love that. I hope we will see more of him. Right?
We will.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like. I mean, wow, there's some great facial hair in this, by the way.
And he looks dead on. Like, not everybody doesn't always look dead on like their person. Arlong does. Mihawk wicked does.
Yes.
And when he started talking, I was a little worried. Because of the way he talks, but then it grew on me immediately.
Yeah,
I was honestly that way with Sanji when he started talking. I'm like, and then it grew on me. He's a good voice.
Question for Amanda from Josh Greathouse.
Yes.
Amanda, do you want to check out the anime or manga?
Well, no, yeah, that's what I was saying. So after we watched it, we actually did put on the anime. So that's when I realized, I was like, oh wow, because we were watching the first couple episodes, like this is like almost shot for shot, very similar to the anime. So yeah.
Those first few episodes are very similar. They change, like I know in the manga and anime, they change the way they meet who meets who first.
Yeah,
I've seen this joke too about Shanks looking like discount Ryan Gosling, but I haven't seen Mihawk looking like Tom Cruise. Does he?
He's not. No. He's too tall to be a Tom Cruise.
He's way too tall. Yeah. He's got a long face.
Yes, a very long.
Face. Like, I'm serious. Like, all these goofy looking characters, and they get like the best actors. I don't know who these actors were. Like the guy that played, what's his name, Zeph, or the guy that played.
Zeph was so
good. What's his name? That's always eating the meat. I can never.
Yeah, the guy with the goggles and Shakes.
Oh yeah, from Shakes Crew.
Perfect.
Right. I was like Mihawk. I was like, who the hell is this guy? Or Buggy. I've never seen that actor.
Yeah.
So
also did.
And Arlong, God, they killed it with Arlong.
Yeah.
Oh, that dude was solid. Like his laugh, his voice. Oh, so good.
And I was working to do the One Piece laughs, and then finally Arlong laughed. I was like, okay, we're good.
Yes.
4 kids.
The One Piece laughs.
How I got into One Piece. God bless you, James. I'm so sorry. So let's go ahead and rank this season, and then we can talk about what we would like to see in season 2. Ladies first. What would you give this out of 10? Wonder Maddie.
Listen, I am biased, okay?
I know.
But I'm going to give it a 10. For me.
A perfect score. My goodness.
Well, maybe maybe a 9 is...
No.
If you were saying objectively, like, or like if you're trying to say like, okay, what should it be? I would say probably a 9. But because I love it so much, it's a 10 for me.
There's nothing wrong with rating it what you think it's worth. Absolutely.
You get plenty of things.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking about Usopp. Usopp was perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. Usopp's father. If we're going live action adaptation, 10 out of 10 for a live adaptation of something.
Okay.
Like Maddie, like if it's just like if I was coming in cold turkey, you know.
Oh, that's true.
Probably like a 9 out of 10. But live action adaptation, what I've seen so far, 10 out of 10. Love it. Give me some more. I'm ready.
Okay. Amanda, what about you?
I'm giving it a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. Y'all are crazy. This is a 10 out of 10 show. I fucking love it. Like 9 out of like it like it made me look over the things that normally I would be like, this is cringe. I don't want to watch this shit. But it was so good. So good. It made me cry. It made me laugh. And that's exactly what I want out of entertainment. It made me forget about life. And I wanted to go on the fucking adventure with them at the end of the season. And I was like, that's what I want. I was entertained and I loved it. This is a 10 out of 10. I cannot, like, I thought like you all like, well, really, this should be a, nah, fuck it. It's what I think. It's a 10 out of 10.
I can't wait to watch it again. I think I'm going to put it on even when I'm doing other things, just so it gets the points, right? The view counts. Because I just want it to keep going.
Yeah, that's what them to give it a second season.
Mom, where they're going to be like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, that's exactly. They're going to give you that. Do you need something?
Now you see One Piece shirts at Hot Topic. All these young kids wearing One Piece.
You don't already have One Piece shirts at Hot Topic? I was like, that's they do.
Regular manga.
I was going to say a box lunch they do.
Oh well. Yeah,
Hot Topic.
Maybe
Hot Topic
is stuff now, but
maybe.
Oh yeah,
maybe
even the live drops, they had shirts, merchandise, they have figures.
They don't play around.
Thank you for the super sticker, Lenny Laserdisc.
And for all
and if you all have seen it, what would you give this show out of 10?
Let us know.
We got some good ones. 10 out of 10 from Josh Greathouse. Eddie Brock said it's a miracle Netflix didn't screw this up. 9 out of 10.
Agreed.
It does give me hope because I know they're doing Last Airbender, and you all know how I feel about the other live action adaptation of Last Airbender. They also are doing Yu Yu Hakusho.
Hakusho,
yeah. And then My Hero Academia. They're also doing those adaptations live. So
I don't know about that one.
Follow the framework of this, maybe.
My Hero Academia could work. It could be like a Generation X show. Like a X-Men show, which is what we got like out of Umbrella Academy.
I think it will depend on who's running it, because like with a lot of like adaptations, I like a lot of anime adaptations, but that's because I'm okay with like a Japanese eye on some of that media. It doesn't always translate well to here, so I love Japanese Death Note.
Right. So if you like cheesy,
other people don't like it.
Adaptions, you're gonna be fine. If you don't like cheesy adaptions, you may not be fine.
Yeah.
Well, like I was not a fan of Lock and Key. That adaptation was.
You did not
like
it at all.
I mean, it did well enough to get a second season. I think.
I think it had three.
Yeah. I love this comment. 9 out of 10. I'm rewatching it in Spanish with my mom, and she's loving it. That's awesome.
And Iñaki does the voice.
Yeah.
That's great.
I think it's awesome. Yu Yu Hakusho makes me nervous. Yu Yu Hakusho live action is rumored to come out this December.
Oh shoot, they've already done it. Okay.
It just as long as Kuwabara's pompadour is the correct size, I'll be happy.
I didn't even know there was such a huge fan following for Yu Yu Hakusho. I thought it was more about Hunter x Hunter, his other manga that he's probably more known for. My dad binge watched this adaptation in one day, and it's been a while that he did on Netflix.
That's awesome.
Yes, he doesn't know about the source material at all. That's what I'm talking about. That's awesome, man. Not American for Yu. It's a Japanese studio making it.
Okay, good. Okay.
Death Note 2 doesn't mean that it's going to be good, right? Like just because a Japanese studio.
Well, that's true. Didn't they do like Attack on Titan, and that one was?
And Fullmetal Alchemist didn't work.
I watched like 15 minutes of Attack on Titan.
Rurouni Kenshin worked.
Nope. Kenshin was amazing. There was 4 of them, right? Like 4 movies.
Mm-hmm.
Still
those actually did watch because Corey likes them.
Those are
And
freaking good.
20th Century Boys, very good. There's 3 movies.
What's it?
Very good. You should watch it with me, Tina. It's on YouTube for free.
I should.
I made this comment when we reviewed the first episode that I was like, this is the closest adaptation to a source material. Right? It's up there with Sandman.
Yeah.
Because
more Sandman.
With Sandman, it was like Melanie was sitting next to me, reading panel by panel what they're going to say next, and it was both cute and annoying at the same time. But I feel like you could do the same with this. Like you could sit there with the manga and be like, okay, he's going to say, "Let's go, guys," and they're going to go, "All right," and it'll be the same thing. So close to the source material, which I hope opens up a lot of people's eyes, a lot of studios, that it's okay to stick to source material and not.
You mean they don't have to do Dragon Ball Evolution?
Teach McRoberts?
or change someone's powers because you think doing
Miss Marvel,
special effects was so hard.
It's not hard.
Luffy can blow up into a giant ball and knock a cannonball back to his grandpa.
That's awesome.
Come on.
I love the way he uses his abilities.
One Piece was my favorite anime growing up. I gave up on the show after watching 660 episodes. It's just too long. You gave up.
Not too long. We're starting a rewatch. This will be our 4th rewatch.
Jordan, come back. It's so good right now.
How are you rewatching 1,000 episodes? You know, you make other shows. You make other shows, Tina.
No, we're gonna rewatch. Heather's like, I really want to rewatch this.
FMA was an adaptation that actually needed a white European cast along with Chinese, Middle Eastern people, not Japanese. I can see that, right? Because of the characters and the plot. Because the plot has
the history and everything
I want to point out, Omar was giving me grief when I said Oda gave his approval, and I give you grief about everything because you're wrong 95% of the time, Josh. But I still love you. Hopefully, Netflix carries this momentum with Wait, they're doing a Bio.
Oh God,
it's going to be interesting.
Would you kindly? Oh man, and Gears of War. Gears of War. I love the original Gears. The first 2, those were solid.
Netflix do a lot of video game adaptations.
Welcome to the party, pal. Is it really a late stream? It's only like 9:57.
Well,
all right,
we'll be almost done with our stream by now. Yeah, usually set at 8.
So, what do you all want to see in season 2?
Easy.
All right.
I want to see Chopper. All right. I want to see Jamie Lee Curtis as Dr. Kuriha. Okay.
We talked about that earlier.
And then I want us to go into Alabasta. So we go talk to Chopper. We go ahead and see some of the Baroque Works crew because we already saw one, right? And then we spend the rest of the time in Alabasta and we end when Alabasta is done.
Okay. So you basically want to see Miss All Sunday.
But I also think it's a good stopping point because you see Ace. You fight a bunch of people. I can't believe
you don't like Ace. He's like the cuter. He's the cuter version of Luffy.
No, and I would tell you why, but it'd be a spoiler. Okay. But I think next season, besides gaining Chopper, because they need a doctor, obviously, as we've learned from this season.
Yes.
And you just need to see the crew be together. That's what it should be. It should just be the whole crew really working together and just now they've all accepted each other. They've accepted they're part of the crew. We're not going to have we're not part of your crew. They are pirates. They're the crew now.
Yeah.
Have them be together. Have them fight these big bads like Smoker and Crocodile and have it end up there. And then season 3.
Well, okay.
A quick Sky P and Water 7. Done.
Water 7.
That's it. Y'all see Jamie Lee Curtis for Alabasta?
That's not confirmed though, right?
Well, she's the one that tweeted. She's like, Mama needs a job, Netflix.
Doctorine. We need her as Doctorine.
What about you, Tina? What characters do you want to see in season 2?
I'm really interested to see how they do Chopper, but I really want to see Luffy's growth when I don't want to spoil anything for people if there might be a season 2, because something happens to Nami that really tears him down to his core beliefs and basically has him reevaluate dangers to his crew. So I want to see that growth in Luffy. More character development, bonding with the crew, because that's the meat and potatoes of One Piece is the crew's interaction in situations.
I thought you were going to say Bon Clay, but anyways, go ahead.
And also, and then that was next was Bon Clay, because
that guy or that character, woo! It'll be interesting how they do it. I want to see what is her name? Nefertiti, Vivi.
Vivi,
I
yeah.
want to see Vivi. I want to see Crocodile. I want to see Ace.
Karu.
And I want to see
Karu.
I want to see Chopper, of course, and then the cameo of all. What do they call her? All day Miss Sunday, all day
Miss
Sunday,
All Sunday.
Miss All Sunday. That's it. Yeah,
Because she'll join the crew by the end.
So you want to see the Baroque's work. So you
yeah. Which they've kind of hinted at here, but I mean, they may take some chances and just kind of do their own thing. They may just do some of the characters and different settings, which I would be cool with, like to see, because that is the beauty of One Piece. Is I've always said that Oda has destroyed. If you're thinking about writing comics or your own stories, he has destroyed any chance of you thinking that your world building is amazing. Because I've never seen world building this good and perfect, because it starts off like this small, and then it's
level,
like
it's Game of Thrones. It's like past Game of Thrones level.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
The fact that like
because Game of Thrones was the top half, and then
I have so many theories. Man, I'm so excited for you to read it, so you can also be in One Piece theory hell like the rest of us.
I'm excited to see what little hints they dropped in the live action that's going to come about the next season that they didn't. So like everybody saw the Panda Topiary, which is an homage to Panda Man. So there's these little things
like two of them. She kept telling me that there's one in every episode, and I'm like,
no, there wasn't. So I went back and I watched. I didn't see it. Usually, so Panda Man's an ongoing gag that usually appears now in like every chapter or every like tankobon or something like that. But he didn't start appearing in the manga, I think, until like chapter 88 or later.
It's a little joke he would have in every.
But he's a little joke.
That's the only one I found.
Yeah, he was in 4. He's at the end of 3, beginning of 4. You'll see the little head of the panda, which I am 100% sure was an homage to Panda Man.
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting if they show Luffy's dad earlier. I mean, technically, you see him.
Dragon,
but...
yeah.
So you do see some Easter eggs at the very beginning. I told Amanda that anybody with crazy hair at the very beginning of episode 1, and when everybody's running, it's gonna play a big character later on. Because you saw
Crocodile.
Crocodile was there, Mihawk, Smoker was there, and Shanks.
Shanks was there, yeah, and Dragon. Luffy's dad.
Mm-hmm.
He was at the very beginning.
Mm-hmm. He's there at Roger's execution.
Yeah.
He's got his cloak on. You wouldn't know if you
didn't realize that he wears oh my goodness. All the posters, they give you information on the posters that you don't see.
Yeah, Foxy.
Ugh. I hate Foxy.
Sorry, Josh. We hate Foxy here, so
yeah.
They don't speak for everybody.
I don't know who Foxy.
You want to see Luffy's mom in season 2?
No, I don't believe that theory.
No, absolutely not. No Luffy mom.
Oda doesn't like anyone to be married or together, and he hates moms. So there's just no moms. If they're there, they're dead.
There are moms, but they're kind of gone.
Dead.
And
or if the war cuts pizzed up, they go to prison.
Going in cold, I give it a 10 out of 10. My all-time favorite scene was when Nami asked Luffy for help, and his reaction and the deliverance of his lines was just so good. Oh yeah. Oh my god. Oh, so good. Can't wait to see the powerhouse characters like the Admiral. Oh my gosh. And I wonder how much money they can pump into a show like this, that, to make, because those special effects for some of those.
Well, and you have to think about like height dynamics. Giants,
and they did use a lot of practical effects. I saw a little behind the scenes. So when Luffy blew himself up into that big rubber ball, they actually built a suit for the.
Really?
Yes, I was like, thank you. I love practical effects. So when you said practical effects for Chopper, that could work, but he's so animated, like he would have to have some CG. Like practical effects maybe on his facial features, but like definitely CG when he's moving around, right? Like you would almost have to have them.
And what type of Chopper? Are we talking early, like anime?
Oh yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do.
Are we talking like?
Oh no, it's gotta be a little cute. It's gotta be the
like Pikachu cute type of.
Absolutely, this is what you need for the show. That little dude.
Chopperman type cute.
We desperately need live action Ivankov. That would be epic. One of my favorite characters. Oh, there's so many good characters.
Oh, Amanda, I hope you get into it. I'm just excited for you.
Laboon.
It gives me a good excuse to read it.
It's good. We should, we have this show called Old Reader, New Reader. That would be a fun one to revisit.
It would just be a lot of reading for you to do. So
that'd be like a long term. We'd have to schedule it like months out. Then we'll go.
Yeah, I tried to do it with Krista, and bless, it was too much for her, I think.
But they go so fast, and they're so well. I guess not everybody finds them addicting, right? Like I love them. I really think that they play around with height perspective. Kuma has to be 11 feet tall. It's a part of what makes him frightening. But I mean, they kind of already did that, right? Like the characters aren't as big as they are in the anime or
because Arlong's not.
He's not, or even Hand Axe or Garp. Garp is huge in the manga. Like,
but they still gave him his dumb. Okay, Amanda, did you love his little hat?
Yeah, I did. I like his little hat.
Could they make a motion capture Chopper? Yeah, as long as Andy Serkis playing Chopper or James Gunn's brother.
Yeah, or Sean Gunn. Yeah, as long as Sean Gunn.
Actually, Sean Gunn's brother is actually.
He's pretty good at motion capture.
You all think Chopper will look like kids in Sweet Tooth? God, I hope not.
The Detective Pikachu is not bad.
But Detective Pikachu, like on Twitter or X or whatever they call it, somebody made this like Chopper, and I immediately reblogged it because it is perfect. It's so cute. It's very Chopper Man, like very modern Chopper.
Let me see. I'll try to find. Are you still on Twitter?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I'll find it.
Yeah, are they talking about that gopher kid in Sweet Tooth oh god, yeah, that is rough.
All of Sweet Tooth was rough. Like I did not like the way that was shot. Are there any large collections of the manga like in OA? Oh, you're talking about it OSH. They're box sets is the way that I collect them, and they're wonderful because there's 26 volumes in each one. The problem with that is that you're going to have to wait a few years because right now they're on volume 106, 107 of the Tankobon. And we just got a volume 4 of the box set. So box set 4 came out late last year. So it might be a while before.
Real quick.
Yes.
Oh, that's adorable.
That's
See,
really adorable.
that could work.
That could work.
Yeah. Absolutely, that could work. I'm in. Netflix got some money now. Now people are going to be joining.
Now,
Netflix.
early Chopper would be scary. That'd be like the Sonic with teeth.
The deer Chopper. No, thank you. No, thank you. Anything else we want to talk about before we wrap up? I got to go and pack. Anything else?
I'm gonna go to Baltimore.
I have an anime question because I feel like I caught a glimpse of it in the live show, but does Buggy end up working with the Straw Hat Crew? They could change that, right? He was working with. I was thinking that was going to be added.
Define working with, because Buggy accidentally works with a lot of people that he doesn't intend to, and it's kind of the theme of the manga and anime is that he finds himself helping out when he was actually trying to hinder.
Yeah, I won't spoil it, but let's just say Buggy continues to fail up.
Yeah.
And my theory is that he'll be Pirate King.
I love characters like that.
They it looks like they are setting him up to be in season 2 and teaming up with what's her name. Because I didn't expect I didn't expect her to be that.
Yeah, because they stay together. Ish.
Buggy fails upwards. I love the way that you put that.
He does.
I must say the new show looks very beautiful. Lots of color and striking visuals. I like the direction. Of One Piece or Sweet Tooth? Chopper Pokemon version will give me too much diabetes. The 3-in-1 doesn't have volume covers. Yeah. I don't like that part. The only and the other problem
I enjoy the color walks.
The 3-in-1 is the thinner paper stock.
The paper stock, right?
But they're cheaper. I mean, they're $15 for 3 Tankobons, so that's a plus.
It's nice if you want to get caught up real fast. That's really, really nice. And I want to say they did pull a lot of outfits from the color walks for like Nami, which is really appreciative. I really love them like the original creation of Nami, like her original design. Yeah. Like with the one sock that was taller and stuff like that. They didn't give her the like metal arm that he originally had or the big poleaxe, but that's perfect. I love these homages to the color walks.
I have one last question because I'm curious. What, since this worked and it worked so well, what other anime would you like to see brought into live action?
I thought you were going
For
to
me,
ask me
I
what
love
One Piece is.
we all know what the One Piece is. It's what brought us together. It's the
No,
friends
he's
we know along the
he's
way.
already confirmed that's not true.
I know, I'm just kidding. For me, it'd be Berserk. Like, I'd love to see a true adaptation of Berserk, as dark and gritty as it is, done in, with the respect to the source material like this. That would be amazing.
I don't know if I want to see that ending though. I don't know if I can see the
real
people.
I want to see.
I don't know.
I want to see it all. They've already done Blue Gender. It was called Starship Troopers. I love that. I love that anime. I binge watch all 26 episodes of Blue Gender when I got the DVD. I love that movie. So
I would want to see like Fushigi Yugi. I know that's a weird one to say.
Love that one.
It would be. I think it'd be amazing to do it like a Korean drama style. Think about it. It would be.
Oh
perfect.
yeah, they could do that.
Oh,
Elliot called me out immediately.
Monster.
That would be awesome. That's
all
work.
I want.
That could work.
That'd be really
so
cool.
well. What about you, Amanda? I know you haven't seen a lot, but out of the things you've seen, why is it taking Duncan Gurren Lagann?
Oh my God. Trigun. I like that Stampede. Let's do
that
it.
Could work. That could work.
Let's do that. That'd be cool. Let's do that.
Evangelion. They
Trigun would be perfect.
Years. Back when what was it? Peter Jackson's company.
Oh yeah.
Weta? Was it Weta?
Pacific Rim was kind of inspired, I think.
Yeah, right before that, they were gonna do it. Let me see. Go through here and then Blue Gender. We've been over that. Berserk, Demon Slayer would really work. Actually, I'm surprised.
I'm surprised they haven't done that yet.
Psychopath is a good answer.
Ooh, that would definitely work.
That's a rare one, yeah.
Neon Genesis Evangelion. Witch Hunter Robin. Man, I haven't heard of that one in years. I love that one.
That's a hot flashback.
You said Fushigi Yugi. You ain't got room to talk, dude.
That's true.
People online right now are Googling what the hell's Fushigi Yugi.
Mine would be like, oh, please save my Earth. What's another good one?
I love your choices.
Rama one half would be a hard sell because of how pervy it is.
Well, you can't get rid of Hapasai.
Well, and
he's
the
a troubled
views
character.
Of gender and everything are really outdated for this time period.
Inuyasha, that could work. Witch Hunter Robin was pretty cool. Psychopath, they could pull it off. Baki. Dude, you'd have to get some really big
Samurai Champloo.
That could work.
They tried Cowboy Bebop. Let's just stay.
I liked it.
Oh, Maddie, no.
I really liked it.
Okay, one day we're gonna have to do it. Was it really that bad for Cowboy Bebop? And you need to join us.
I'll be here.
How?
Good.
Just the body horror alone in Berserk makes me want a live action version. Oh my God, absolutely, man. Zod, give us a redeemed dragon. It's too soon. Yu-Gi-Oh!
Like 2003.
Vampire Hunter D, that would be a great one. Weta, that's what it was.
No,
I love that.
We got Gintama live action. That's as close as you get.
And Naruto are getting live action.
I'm not even surprised by Naruto at all. I figured.
Tenchi Muyo. Oh, thank you. Oh, I love that one.
Yes, Legend of the Galactic Heroes. Yes.
You old time nerds. I love that anime too. That's a classic. Do you know they did what was it? Star Blazers, Yamato, Space Battleship Yamato.
Mm-hmm.
They did. And
Captain Harlock. They did Captain Harlock.
Yeah, that was Square. Wasn't it Square Enix that did that one?
I'm not sure on that one.
It was
Madhouse, right? Madhouse.
Please shut up. Please. Madhouse. That's it though. Thank you so much, you two, for joining us and talking about this and containing yourself, because I know how much you want to talk about One Piece, like a lot. So you all did great. Darker Lotus War. There we go, Tina.
Oh man.
You know you love you some D-Lit and Parn, baby.
Oh, D-Lit. I just love D-Lit.
Yeah. That was a big Parn dude. Samurai Pizza Kid. No, actually I like the dark elf chick. I can't remember what was her name. Do you remember her name? Baki.
No, I don't. I don't remember her name.
Very tongue in cheek. All right. Anything else?
Oh, Escaflowne. That would be a good one.
Nope. Nothing else. I think that's
all right,
everything
everybody. Thank you for joining us. Hit that like button on the way out. Amanda.
Yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And remember to follow us on all of our social media channels at nearmintcon. Remember, check us out on Spreadshop for some great Near Mint Edition merchandise. And also check us out on Patreon for $1 a month or more. You can support us here on the channel and get some really cool perks along the way. And last but not least, if it's classy and cool, it must be Near Mint. Good journey till all are one. And we will see you next week with TBD on what we're going to talk about. So.
TBD, my favorite topic.
Yeah.
Super.
Bye.